Hello and welcome to CT Office Notes tutorial video entitled Objective Screen. As last we left off for our notes version 2.2, we had covered how the subjective screen functions. And please note again that we did leave off the information on an improved symptom, unchanged symptom, and worsening symptom, as it was our client's first office visit, and so we can't comment as to how things have changed yet. However, this is something that can be added in later notes. So let's move over now to our objective screen. By clicking on that tab, we are now brought to a screen that has objective findings. As we already know, subjective is what our client tells us. Objective is what we find ourselves. For those of you who might be massage therapists, for example, you know that your objective findings can be a lot more than what the colon therapist might have. For example, a massage therapist might have muscle tightness, pain in different areas, fibrous knots in the muscles, different things that we would write up as objective findings. But with a colon therapist, we have a few findings here, and so we're going to go through those now. First of all, we can put our client's height in, and he tells us that it is 5'9", so we change those. And note these are just pull downs right there. Our client's weight, he tells us, currently 170 pounds, although if you have a scale, true objective is that you actually obtain the information without asking your client. Blood pressure we obtain is 120 over 80. And please note that if we were to leave this as a 0 or leave it blank, then that would not be commented upon in the office note. But let's go ahead and change that now to 70 beats per minute on the pulse. As well as here palpation and firmness of the abdomen. If you notice any tenderness or firmness, you can check those off. If you do listen for bowel sounds with a stethoscope, your auscultation may be normal, hyperactive, hypoactive, or no sounds, which we know is a major problem that we would need to get medical intervention for. So let's just go ahead and check off hypoactive at the moment. Now again, like our other screen subjective, we see additional objective comments or testing comments, and we can add any information we would like in here. And then when we choose to, it will be added to the office note by clicking the checkbox. If you leave it blank, whatever information you place in this field will be held specifically for that client, Joe Smith, and won't appear on an office note until that box is checked. Well, we'll go ahead and look now at all these other areas that we have. We have lab testing results for those of you who might be ordering lab testing, let's say through labtestingdirect.com, for example, and you have a physician sign off on that through that website. You can order different tests for your client. This one might be the bacteriology, yeast, and parasites. So let's say you get that test and it comes back as being a +4 on E. coli. You can now choose E. coli here, and notice there's the +4, and that changes right there at that spot. And you can then comment on it by clicking on that include test results in current note. It'll stay there for you all the time, so you'll have something to compare it to, but if you don't want to mention it in every note, simply unclick. So if, again, like I said, E. coli +4 included in the office note. If it was also positive, there are results for yeast and for parasites for your specific lab test. It's an actual objective lab test from a lab, you would click these. These would not be used for office intro forms that may lead you to suspect these findings, but these are for specific lab test results where you actually have the lab test. There are additional tests down here that you can include, like the client's hair analysis, revealed mild levels of heavy metals. You might want to click that. If secretory IgA levels were increased, you could click there. And if you want to add sentences to this, again, going up to our padlock, unlocking the padlock, and now you can click in this field, type in any information you wish. It is a scroll field, so it will go down very far, adding as many lines as you need to when you're done, clicking lock, and again, those choices that you've made in the past will be highlighted there. So you have various sections here of your own comments, additional sentence comments, additional lab test findings, as well as your bowel sounds, palpation, pulse, blood pressure, weight, and height. All good things to include. These are the most common ones, and again, if a lab test did not come back on that next visit, you can unclick, unchoose these, and they won't appear in your office note. This concludes the section on objective test results findings and objective findings for your CT Office Notes 2.2 tutorial video. The next video will be entitled Assessment Section and how that is used. Again, as always, if you have any questions, please give us a call. Thank you.